Yes, everyone, what's going on? Ryan Williams AFC back with another match preview. It is Arsenal taking on Newcastle in the FA Cup. We are back to cup match activity. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and the team selection that you're going with. So, we are the holders of the FA Cup. As we know, we beat Chelsea last year. I say this year, jeez, we just went into the year. But yes, we are the current holders of the FA Cup, beating Chelsea 2-1. And quite a few things have changed, of course, in the league season. And of course, right now, the transfer window. Newcastle have made a few movements, but nothing concrete. But all in all, right now, it's all about the FA Cup. So no league talk, no any of that. Let's just talk FA Cup. So what do we do this season? I mean, are we going to go for this cup again? Which, you know, obviously every cup's important, and I feel we should be going for this because, of course, we are the current holders. It'll be nice to go back to back. Do you know what I'm saying? So why not? Mikel Arteta has some selectional headaches because, again, we're going to take on Crystal Palace in a few days' time. So we should see some fresh legs. We should see some faces that we haven't seen playing in a while. And maybe some opportunities for people to show Mikel Arteta why they shouldn't really be sold in this transfer window or in the upcoming summer one in a few months' time. So let's just look around the squad quickly as we go through our team selection and think who really deserves a shout. Now, it's Newcastle, of course, they're a Premier League side. They can be very dangerous, of course. They've got the likes of Callum Wilson, St. Maximan, they got Ryan Fraser. Do you know what I mean? The Longstaff brothers in midfield. I mean, they got some decent quality players in that team, and they can hurt you. I mean, results for them lately haven't exactly been perfect, but, I mean, it's not exactly poor. So, you know, we can't underestimate our opponents in the slightest. So, you know, let's just look about at the squad. We got Bert Leno in goal. Should he play? Because, you know, going to the next keeper, Alex Runnison. I mean, we've seen his performance already in the League Cup as well as the Europa League group stages, and had a few hairy moments, especially the City game where his positioning wasn't exactly the greatest. Do you know what I'm saying? And he had a poor game. And, of course, we all know what happened with him regarding social media. We're not going to get into that. So, should Mikel Arteta be brave and pick him again, realising the mistakes and, you know, not much of the fan base is on Runnison's side. You know, not saying they all want him out, but they're a bit like, whoa, I think we might need to look for another keeper this window because, as we know, Matt Macy's gone out on loan to Hibs for the rest of the season, so good luck to him. And we'll see what happens with him when he returns for his future. But do we go with Alex Runnison? I'm not sure because, again, this is a Premier League club. It's not a League 2 or a League 1 club where, you know, we can take the risk of player Runnison and see where it goes. But he does deserve to be tested. On the other hand, Leno, the #1, given the experience he has played against Newcastle compared to Alex Runnison, I mean, I don't see why not. And on top of that, we got Crystal Palace in a few games in a few days. So I don't see why he should not start. So I think I'm going to have to go with Bert Leno. The right back position, now we've seen in the last match that Bellerin did start, and of course we all have our gripes with Hector Bellerin, and you know, he's been putting in some decent performances in the last few matches, probably since Chelsea and then onwards, you know, but he was taken off, rightly so, because I felt at that time Bellerin slowly started to, not saying he wasn't playing rubbish. I'm not saying that at all in the West Brom game, but you always know when your head's gonna slowly dip down and your concentration's gonna lapse a little bit. So we decided to put Ezebet Lalza, which was good. Now, do we put him in, or do we give Cedric Suarez a chance as well? who also hasn't played much football. I mean, we have 3 right-backs here. One's a utility guy who can also play in midfield. That's his actual preferred position. But obviously, we've been using him in the right-back role. We've got Hector Bellerin, well, we just talked about, who can be very, very inconsistent at times. But sometimes he can show up and have a good game. And Cedric Suarez, well, I mean, he hasn't had that many games compared to both Ainsley and especially Hector Bellerin, who's really the first choice right back. So for me, I'm going to play Cedric Suarez. And to be honest, I feel him signing that contract last season right now is looking pretty questionable. I mean, you pretty much are a natural right back because let's face it, we know Hector Bellerin has been playing that right back role for a long time since coming into Arsenal, but realistically, that's not his role. He was actually a winger, and I feel a lot of people forget that, but he's been a right back for the last 7, 8 years, do you know what I mean? So, again, it's one of them things where it's like, okay, well, we're going to have to just, you know, play with what we got. I mean, do you know what I mean? And we needed someone to challenge Bellerin, and Ainsley's come in that role, where, you know, we've all been saying he should make it his own X, Y, and Z. And there's times there's inconsistencies. There's times where we thought, oh, maybe it's just not going to work out for him. Then he's changed it around. Do you know what I mean? He's put in better performances near to the back end of last season, especially when Bellerin was down and out. Ainsley picked up the mental and he stepped up a bit, you know, which was good. But at the same time, you know, not a natural right back. And I feel Cedric Suarez needs to be given a chance. You give the guy a 4-year contract, which was questionable at the time. It's still kind of questionable now. I mean, you barely play him. So this is an opportunity for Cedric Suarez to take. Do you know what I mean? And burst his way into the first team. You know, not saying I want that, not saying I don't want that. I'm just saying this is his chance. Now, of course, on the left side, I'll put Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I mean, we could put Kieran Tierney there, but I feel, you know, Tierney's been playing excellent lately. And obviously, you feel like we should play him because of the run of form. But on the other hand, I do not want to risk him overly because with Tierney, he's just got himself back to 100% fitness. Remember when we bought him, he was injured. Then he had another injury like later on after that. And, you know, you want to keep his fitness up to standards, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's wise. Maybe we'll let him rest on this one. I feel Ainsley could definitely play on that left side. Either way, Cedric can play on the left as well. But Ainsley Maitland-Niles definitely that left-back cover playing on the left side for Kieran Tierney. And in the middle, now this is where it's tough because we've got a load of centre-backs. We've got a number of them back. Chambers is back. Pablo Mari, who's come back into the side in the first team, he's actually looked pretty well. He's looked pretty good in the last few fixtures. Gabriel was back and available for selection, of course, you know, after, you know, contracting with someone that had the virus. So, you know, welcome back, Gabriel, and happy to see him back. Rob Holding, of course, who's been partnering up with Pablo Mari in that defence. Has been looking pretty decent, but it is what it is with Rob Holding. You know what you're going to get. And, of course, Mr. Brazilian David Luiz. Now, of course, he's just come back from, you know, an injury, which we've been told. And he was available for selection for West Brom, but wasn't selected. You know, Arteta didn't fault, and he kept the same back line that's done him well in the 2 previous matches, which were Brighton and Chelsea. So, I mean, we're allowed to change it up here. You know, not disrespecting Newcastle any shape or form, but I mean, the league's our bread and butter, and of course, I would like to retain the FA Cup, but I feel we've got enough selections in that centre back role where we can, you know, try and experiment and see, you know, what we can do. Of course, the Europa League is coming back up next month as well, so there's still quite a lot of time to figure out, you know, make a second team X, Y, and Z, if you know what I'm saying. So for me, I would personally, we've never tried it. Not that I can remember we haven't tried it, but let's try something a little bit different. I'll probably give Callum Chambers a run out as well. And aside him, I'll probably... Now, that's the thing. I'm not sure if we should give David Luiz a chance, because since he's been out of that squad, we've been performing a lot more better, it's a lot more calm. There's no errors, X, Y, and Z. But on the other hand, he has a lot of experience. So for me, I'm probably going to give Gabriel a shout. Do you know what I mean? I think he should come back in with Callum Chambers. I think that's pretty much the right move. So that back four is Cedric Suarez, Ainsley playing on the other flank, as well as the middle two as Chambers and Gabriel. Why not? Now the midfield. Now this is where it really, really gets interesting. So what do we do in that midfield? I feel maybe we should give Partey a run out. You know, not play him the whole game. We know he's been back in training for the last few days. Mikel has come out and said he's fit, he's healthy, he's kind of raring to go. But of course, we do not want to over-exaggerate anything, because remember last time where he was rushed back, and of course we lost him for a little bit longer. So this is the issue. So I think it's all about game management here, and I feel we should start Partey and see where it goes. Maybe take him off in the 70th minute, 65th minute. Just give him a runabout. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. So I think we should do that. Alongside Partey, I feel, you know, again, there's not many options we can pick, but I feel maybe, you know, we do have options. And, you know, a guy like Miguel Aziz, who's a youngster, is still, you know, wants to make his name stay in the first team. You know, we've seen in the Europa League for, I think it was just a Dundalk game. He looked pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Which is very encouraging, but obviously we'd like to see more. So, and we got other midfielders, you know, I could have put Ainsley there as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I could have put Chambers maybe on the right, Cedric on the left, and David Luiz. But I just don't think I want David Luiz in the team. So for me, not to make it too long, this match preview, I think in the midfield, we should just keep some experience there. Again, the youngsters can come on a little bit later. So I feel that we'll probably start maybe a Danny Ceballos alongside Partey. And then we'll probably give Joe Willock a chance just in front of them. I feel, you know, regardless of the speculations on whether Joe Willock's going to go out on loan and that, I feel he needs to get a run out. He needs to keep playing, keep trying to, you know, prove to Mikel Arteta, you know, why he deserves to be here. Me personally, I think Joe Willock leads a loan move. I feel a lot of Arsenal supporters are in support of that loan move. Or even some of them think, you know, we should just cut our ties with Joe Willock. You know what I mean? I mean, the talent's there. I just feel like he needs something. He needs an extra gear. Can he be a future Arsenal star in the making? Time will tell. But right now, it's in balance right now. It's in balance. Like I just said, half the fan base think he has something and maybe he could progress longer in the future. And some just feel, you know, he's not good enough. And we need to be real with that. And, you know, I'm in the middle. I mean, I see the talent there, like I just said, but he needs a loan move. It's as simple as that for me. So I think giving Willock this match is ideal also. So I think Joe Willock there. I want to rest Emile Smith-Rowe. I think he's been working hard at the last previous Premier League games. Plus, we haven't really got another creative midfielder that we could just bring on at nothing. So until we, you know, go in the transfer window and try and get another creative midfielder, then I think we need to be very, very careful anyways with Emile Smith-Rowe, but especially, you know, been using him out X, Y, and Z because his injury record is not great. It's great to see him playing right now and, you know, what he's doing in the first team in the first few matches he's played, you know, but let's just be careful with him. So that's what I've got to say about that. Now, let's move on to the forward line, which is going to be very interesting because there's a lot of players that, you know, we need to really have a look in at, especially the wide players as well as the strikers, which obviously I'll get into when we get there. So, the wide men, of course, Bukayo Saka's been pretty much our best player throughout the season, and a little bit of last season as well. The kid is growing in confidence game by game. He's impressing us. I mean, everyone's on his side. We all love Bukayo Saka. So do we play Saka? Now, I'm not going to play him. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to play him. Because, again, like a Emile Smith-Rowe, like a Gabriel Martinelli, we cannot be overrunning in it. We do not want to be running Saka into the ground. And, of course, you know, I feel it's imperative we keep him healthy. And, you know, because the last couple of fixtures, you know, he's just been having little nigs and you know, just been taking little shots on the floor and just, like, in terms of, like, pain. And, you know, we don't want to be running him into the ground because he's a very, very, very talented boy. And the last thing we want to do is have someone pick up niggling injuries already. And, you know, it's going to be hard for him to get moving to the next level, which I'm already excited and a little bit scared for in terms of he could be so amazing. You know, we need to look after him, just like Emile Smith-Rowe. So I feel it's best if we put Saka on the bench for this one and probably give the opportunity to someone like Reece Nelson or even a Pepe. I feel both of these two need to prove themselves. Pepe has been dropped, and rightly so, because I felt like a lot of questions have been like Pepe should get more consistent starts, this, that, and the third. And to be honest with you, I think Bukayo Saka's just kind of proven, like, listen, I'm a young 18, 19-year-old kid who's grew up in the Arsenal Academy. And I've heard it before from previous pundits. I can't remember exactly who that said it. But they have said, why did they go out and spend £72 million on Nicolas Pepe when the replacement was right there all along with Bukayo Saka? And right now, it's very, very, very hard to disagree with that comment. And that comment was made over a season ago. So I think Pepe's got a lot to do to try and get back into that first team, because Bukayo Saka right now should be on the right wing, if anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think Pepe, for me, should get a start. I feel Willian should just be on the bench. Honestly, I don't think that transfer's worked out. Yes, I know it's still early, but let's face it, he hasn't done anything. If anything, he took one shot on target against West Brom, which, to be honest, I think that was Willian's first shot on target all season. Do you know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous for the wages we put him on. It was a free transfer, and it just looks like one of the ones that just you put in a box along with the people that you bring in, like a Scalacci, a William Gallas, X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? He just definitely goes up in that box for me. On the other flanks, on the left, now, again, I think, personally, I'll bring in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, the guy needs confidence, okay? He's dropped off a cliff this season. Honestly, compared to last season, he'd probably be on 6-7 goals by now. Right now, he's barely on 3. So, I mean, it's not really looking good. We did re-sign him to a lucrative deal in the summer, and a lot of Arsenal fans were crying for him to re-sign, and he did. And he hasn't really looked great at all. Let's be honest, he's got a few goals, but, I mean, since then, Aubameyang hasn't really been looking great. In the last few fixtures he's played, especially in the last fixture against West Brom, he was trying. I thought it was over-trying. And the chances he'd usually take, it's making it a lot harder for himself. So as far as I'm concerned, I think this is definitely a game where he should be starting. And, you know, I feel that he needs to really kick on in this match, because it's going to be hard for Aubameyang to get back in, man, in terms of goal-scoring form and the form that he was in. But, you know, as Arsenal fans, we support our guys, and, you know, that's it, really. So I think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang definitely deserves to start. And up top, which, again, like I said, it's going to be a head-scratcher. You know, of course, we all know the news about Flo Balogun, you know, and Eddie Nketiah reportedly up for sale as well, which has got a lot of Arsenal fans kind of happy about this one. Boy, I don't know, innit? Like, we all have our thoughts about Eddie Nketiah. Will he make it? Will he not? Just like, you know, Joe Willock or Reece Nelson. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But, you know, Lacazette, I felt Does he deserve a chance? I mean, he's been playing absolutely well with the youngsters, the likes of Gabriel Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe. In the last previous matches, he's been on fire. Lacazette seems to be back. And I'm going to say that very loosely, seems to be back. And that's no disrespect to Alexander Lacazette. But I just want to see more from Lacazette. So I'm not going to start him in this one. I feel he can probably be on the bench. And I'm going to give the reins to Balogun. I think Balogun needs more game time. He needs to be tested more. And of course, we all know the situation with his agent, his contract, the club, and Arteta's already talked about it in his press conference. For me, give the guy a start. We've been moaning about this guy for a while. We've seen him come on in the Europa League and look impressive with the chances he's got. And he's taken them. So for me, it's give him a go. Give him a go. I'd start Balogun and sums it up for me. I'd do that. So I'll go through the team again already if you haven't figured out, you know, or you haven't really, or you kind of just skip forward and just want to see what the team I went through. But it is what it is. Yeah, so Leno in goal. The defence, of course, playing on the right back is Cedric Suarez. On the left, Eze Maitland-Niles. In the middle of Callum Chambers and Gabriel Magalhaes. And in the midfield, Thomas Partey. Like I said, play him for 60 minutes. If he's fit, if he's ready to go, keep him on. If not, just take him off. Because, again, we've got Crystal Palace coming up. And, you know, the likes of El Neni and Xhaka in that midfield, yes, they played well. Well, Xhaka played well, which is surprising. He's been playing well lately. But, listen, Crystal Palace is a different opposition. Not saying Newcastle are easy. They're not by a mile. But I'm just saying, you know, the Premier League, we need to improve in there. So, play Thomas Partey for 60 minutes. See how it goes. Take him off, bring someone else in, and go forward. Danny Ceballos, Joe Willock, that's the midfield. The forward line, Nicolas Pepe on one wing, Aubameyang on the other, and Balogun up top. Now, that is a forward line which should look dangerous. On paper, that looks dangerous. Let's be real. I'm not overhyping Balogun at all. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. But that forward line is crazy. That forward line is absolutely crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just about the boys trying to set the same intensity that, you know, we've seen guys like Gabriel Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe have. Do you know what I'm saying? Pepe needs to step up. It's as simple as that. Already know my thoughts on Pepe. I feel maybe we need to cut our ties with him in the summer. Because, let's be honest, it hasn't really worked out. You know, £72 million. We all know that's not really his worth. And this season is showing it's definitely not what we definitely got bumped. It's as simple as that. Aubameyang needs to step it up. Balogun needs more chances. Willock needs to step it up. But again, this is another match to test his ability on whether he deserves to be a future Arsenal star or maybe not. And he definitely needs a loan move rather if anything. When you see where Partey's fitness is anyways, as well as Callum Chambers, who's only played probably about one game since he's been back from injury. Gabriel, see where his fitness is, obviously taking a break because of the whole coming in close contact with someone with the virus as well. Cedric, point to prove. Eze Maitland-Niles as well has a point to prove. And I feel we should be starting with our experienced goalkeeper. So that is the team selection. If you like what I say, smash the like button, of course, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section. And, of course, share the content. Help a brother out. Of course, we're road to 100 subs right now. We're getting closer. We're getting closer video by video. So, guys, help me out here. Road to 100 subs. That is the hashtag, of course. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back on this channel, of course, for a match review. I'll be on, of course, Mr. Arsenal podcast for the live watch-along. So, of course, head over to there later on, around 5:30. And you'll get to see me and the gang watch the game. So, on that note, guys, I'm signing off. Have a good afternoon in Arsenal. Let's go and kick this FA Cup season to Providence. And hopefully we get another trophy at Wembley. Peace, guys.